This is an 8 by 10 piece of leather that I've cut. Using a sponge and some water, I'm wetting it, getting it prepared for an impression. There's my picture of Iron Man on tracing film. In my right hand is a stylus. My left hand is holding the film in place so that the film doesn't move. And I'm making a very deep impression as I use that stylus. Time to wet that leather again using water and a sponge, getting it ready for the next step, which is cutting the leather. We're going to do that with a swivel knife. This is a special tool that swivels. Put your index finger there, turn that blade. It can circular cut or turn on a corner, and you're going to push it into the leather where the impression is. And what it'll do, of course, is make that leather begin to pop even more than just that basic impression. Unfortunately, the way this was filmed, you can't see how I cut into that leather, but you'll see that it's going to start to pop as you get every line cut. Now that I've cut every line with that swivel knife, it's time for the next step, which is to use a beveler and tool the leather. This is a granite slab that goes underneath. This allows the absorption of the tapping to go more into the leather than into the table, gives it a deeper, richer impression, more even. This is the beveler that I was speaking of for tooling. Let's get a look at that a little closer. It's flat on one side. As you're tapping that into the cut, it will press down one side, giving it sort of a three-dimensional look. It's important again to reapply water, getting it ready for that tooling. And when you're tapping with that mallet, you're doing it as evenly as you possibly can, guiding that beveler with your finger. And again, you have to go over every single cut all the way around. Kind of see how it looks there just a bit, but it's going to look even more defined than just having a cut from the swivel knife. After all the tooling is finished, it's time to paint. I use regular acrylic paints, water-based. You can get them at Walmart, any craft store. Try to use light colors just to make it pop when you add the stain later. It's like painting by the numbers. Stay within the beveled areas. So relaxing. You're going to see Iron Man really come alive as I add the colors.
Iron Man has some blue in his eyes, as you're well aware. So I'll add a little bit of blue just to give it a little dimension and a little color.
After the stain is applied evenly, take a wet sponge and wipe off the excess. The more stain you wipe off, the lighter the picture is going to be. Well, there he is, Iron Man on leather. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Maybe there's someone you'd like to see on leather. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like or subscribe. Rushton Works.